Welcome to the bold analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, I support the decision by Justice Wangaya to resign from IBC after the tribunal was formed to investigate them. It is open secret that there is no need of going through the process if the outcome is already predetermined. Do you know that Parliament was going to recess, and after hearing was done for only like few days, the committee only took 2 days as a day to write a report, forward to Parliament, and before that recess, the process was rushed. And so, that is what is happening with the IBC, and I've seen a reaction from the political class. I normally have, I don't know whether I'm the only one who normally have one problem with President Ruto. And this one reservation is what is called incomplete sentences. And it is called intentional omissions. Direct terms, lying. Today, Raila Odinga was speaking in Nairobi here about the Cherera issue. And William Ruto addressed some hustlers in Ruiru. I want you to listen to that clip, then you will find out what is being omitted.
Hiyo ni kutubeba ufala. Anyway, mimi sitaki kusema sana. Mimi nawauliza ndugu zetu wa upinzani, sisi tunawaheshimu. Mkitaka kutukosoa, mtukosoe. Hatuna shida. You can criticize our plan. You can criticize our agenda. But you cannot incite violence and you cannot cause violence. We want a peaceful nation because we have challenges and we want to grow our economy and drive our country into prosperity. Tumekubaliana jamani? Tumekubaliana? So, unipatie tu muda kidogo napanga mambo. Ndio? So, mimi nawashukuru sana. Mimi nawapenda sana na watakia baraka ya Mungu.
If by the way, before you even comment at the content, there should be that video should really worry the UDA government, because there seems to be some disconnect between hustlers and the leader. Despite the fact that it was just an impromptu meeting, I know he had planned to go there and maybe meet the people, but that was just immediately after Raila spoke, and he just realized he needed also to go to the public and talk to the people. You can see the way the people who attended that event a little bit, not even attended, people that were a little bit bored compared to William Ruto that you could see in the campaign trail. So the distance is advancing, the distance between hustlers and the leader. Now, I have a point, one question. Why is it that President Ruto is not defending the decision to chase Cherera in public? Because when speaking there, he's speaking about the decision by Raila to call the street protest. That sentence is incomplete. And intentionally, he has omitted the decision to chase the Chereras. And that's it. If you listen, and I'm going to play for you a clip of Raila speaking, if you listen to what has been happening is this: Raila team have been saying that the decision to chase Cherera 4 from IBC is a political move pegged on a revenge mission. And so today, before he went for that, the Gazette notice was there that he had already adopted the report from the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee in the National Assembly and formed a tribunal to probe the 4 IBC commissioners. So by virtue of that, they've already been suspended from office, getting half salaries, awaiting the outcome of that tribunal. So when he went to the people, what I was expecting is you go and tell the people that even if you want to oppose or criticize opposition, or rather Raila Odinga, for calling that street protest, don't you also see that it was just in order to say what has happened? Why is he not defending the decision to suspend Cherera's in public? He defended it in Twitter, where only a few that have the privilege of accessing Twitter can read. But when he rushed to talk to the hustlers, he's not telling the hustlers, he's not defending that decision. Instead, he has singled only the issue about demonstration. Listen to Raila's voice, and I think Raila looks promising. He seems to have good intentions, but I'm really worried whether he's in the fight with the others. Listen to his word today.
Wanane yale sarakasi iliyofanyika kule Bomas of Kenya, wakati Wakenya wanasubiri matokeo, Wanachebukati alikuwa ametoroka, anasema ati ameenda kulala nyumbani kwake. Amekaa huko, wale wa commissioner wengine wanamsubiri, haonekani. Sasa ambaye anakuja anasema wale watu ya kwamba ana matokeo. Wale jamaa wanashangaa, matokeo mpata wapi na walikuwa wametoroka mbele nyumbani? Ati afisa yangu tayari mafanya hesabu, mimi niko na hesabu nataka kwenda kutangaza. Ilikuwa sasa siku 2 mfululizo walikuwa wamefunga ile televisheni, ilikuwa haionyeshi chochote. Hapo walikuwa wanakoroga mambo. Alafu sasa wale wakaambia pale kwenda tuketi chini utuonyeshe vile wewe umefikia hiyo matokeo tukubaliane. Kataa, akasema pana, mimi nitaenda kutangaza. Wale jamaa wakasema hatuwezi kwenda na wewe kama sisi hatujaona vile hiyo wewe umefikia katika hiyo matokeo. Na wakatoroka kutoka pale.
And so from that, it tells you that the tone that even Raila was using in that speech, he really meant the intention to protest William Ruto's decision. I have a feeling that the young people of this country might actually head to the street. Yes, I know that my retired English teacher, Frederick Odhiambo, used to tell us that in politics there is something called compact majority. And I want to say the way he used to describe it in the Luo that Odhiambo in you know, these are people who will tell you, let's just go, you are going to win it, you're going to win it. This thing, you've taken it. That's it. That was it in the Luo. These are a group of people around you that will tell you, they will just bombard you with a lot of lies. So, President has gone to the hustlers and is simply telling the hustlers that tunambiwa twende street tusiende street because the children of the politicians are not. And I totally agree with that even the children of the politicians should be there. Even though I remember in 2017, Winnie Odinga was with Raila Odinga. From the airport all the way, I don't know. And she's been part of Raila's struggle story. I think you need to give credit where it's due. Yes, she's been part of it. So, the young people might go to the street, but we seems to have normalized just dismissing, saying this is it, ataenda mahali. The point here is that it is not about going to the street, but it is about the Cherera issue. The Cherera issue is a public debate, and let me give you the two sides of the story. UDA, I don't think something exists like Kenya Kwanza. It's UDA government. UDA are saying that the four could plunge the country into a crisis because of the breakaway from the commission. Raila Odinga, and I think that's why Raila Odinga was explaining what the four commissioners said. You know, it was very strategic. If you listen to his speech, he was saying the way Chebukati went to some meeting somewhere, then came and did not seek for consensus. So the only challenge, or the only law that these commissioners broke, is not to be in consensus with Chebukati. We should ask, and that's what I want to say, instead of going after individuals, we should ask ourselves, what should happen in the commission if there is no consensus? In a matter as serious as a presidential results announcement, or as a presidential result, what should happen if a decision is to be made and there is no consensus about within the commission? What should happen? I know the current constitution is has domiciled powers to the chairperson. But then what is the stake of others? Because even if by all manner of, in all fairness, the four that we are sending were the majority. This, nevertheless, the fact that each one of them played different roles in that election. And I always don't want to get in terms of who was right or who was wrong. I don't want to defend the four commissioners. But the point here is, we should ask the real questions. Because after tukitoa hawa tulete another 7, what happens? How about if there is a difference? We should answer those questions. But the music has turned to about strike and the demonstration. The debate, why is Ruto afraid of taking the debate to the Hustler? I was expecting that he was going to talk about Hustler Fund, telling them, by the way, there is no advocacy on Hustler Fund. And I don't know, it's under some ministry. There is no advocacy. I was expecting some advertisement that will run in TV, do this, how to spend the money. But of course, you can't do advocacy and maybe they're not repaying. I have a problem with the fact that we seems only to be looking at the fact that there is a demonstration being called. We are not answering the real thing. And there are 3 things I see. I think Ruto has been advised that Cherera debate in public is divisive. When you take it to the public, when you do Vox Pop, Voice of the People, and ask 10 people, what's your take on Cherera? Those who supported Azimio will tell you that Cherera had the truth, because that's what Raila and team are saying. And those who are supporting William Ruto will always tell you that they went against the will of the people. So the discussion about Cherera in public is divisive. And that is why he doesn't want to take that decision. But the discussion about protest is something you can have, because you can technically or conveniently use it to demonize Raila Odinga. This thing was not about Raila. That is what we are not saying. This thing was not about Raila. Let's not talk about the protest. If anything, it's within the constitution, and it's not about taking people to the street. It's not that. Let's not divert the attention of the public from the real issue. And I once analyzed here, the big problem that Ruto have with the protest is not the fact that the Raila's son or Raila's daughter or Kalonzo's son is not in it. He knows very well that first he wants it, the way he wants to manage it is to demonize it so that it can have a low turnout and also create antagonism in the other group, so that when it comes out, there are a lot of propaganda will run with it. In fact, on this, they're going to counter Raila Odinga's plan to hold those gatherings on 7th and 12th using propaganda. I have a word for Raila. Just leave it. This is not a war that maybe, I think he has done enough. He has just done enough. The people you're fighting for do not mean it. You've done enough for it. That's my take.